Hey, this is Steve from Bible Crossroad, and today we're looking in Genesis chapter 9, verses 1 through 7. And I noticed there's something different that after Noah got off the ark, some things had changed. Well, the animals were afraid of Noah, and God said it's all right to eat the animals. And I was kind of wondering if those two go hand in hand, maybe, I don't know. But those two things did change. Before that, Noah was just eating plants and stuff. And then after the flood, he was eating animals. And I think the atmosphere had changed. Things were definitely different then than they were before. We know that the ground used to bring up moisture and it would water the plants. And probably the atmosphere is a lot different. After the flood, it rained so much, and things like that. But I think there's something else here that really stands out to me. In verse 6, it says, "Whoever sheds man blood, by man's blood shall be shed, for in the image of God he made man." God made man in God's image. Therefore, if anyone sheds man's blood, then that man should die, whether it be by beast or whatever. Whatever kills a man, then man should die. Now, we can talk about the difference between murder and killing, and I get that. There is a difference there. And David is a good example of that because he killed many people in battle, but he murdered Uriah the Hittite. And God called him out on that because there's a difference. And Jesus said that this murder that happens in our society comes from an intention of the heart because it comes from hatred. If you hate somebody enough, you'll murder them. And that's the problem. It's the intentions of man's heart, this hatred that we have for people that brings about murder. But before that, remember God said to Cain after he killed Abel that, well, if anyone kills Cain, then, well, I'll just read it to you. It says, "Therefore, whoever kills Cain, vengeance will be taken on him sevenfold, and the Lord appointed a sign for Cain." So he kind of protected Cain. Interesting. And now here in verse 6 of chapter 9, he says, "Whoever sheds man blood, he's going to die." Because man is created in the image of God. And I'm going to try an experiment. I'm going to go around and not necessarily say this out loud, but just try to have a different intention in my heart towards my fellow man. Like, just say to myself, this person here is created in the image of God. That person there is created in the image of God. That person over there that just blasphemed God is created in the image of God. Now, I understand we have a fallen nature, and that's the whole point. We have fallen into sin, and that's why people blaspheme and do different things, because we're separated from God. But originally, we are all created in the image of God, and we have a fallen nature to deal with, and that's why Jesus came to die on a cross, to help us with that. And he recreates us in a new image, and we have to learn to walk in that, not in the old man, but in the new man. But we are created in the image of God. And then we have to be recreated spiritually in the image of Christ, just like the image of God. Christ is God, right? But I think we should have a different attitude towards our fellow man, to realize that they are originally created in the image of God. They might be fallen, and they might be acting in ways they shouldn't act, but generally, they are created in the image of God. And I think it's important for people to understand that too. And in regard to redemption, that they are more than who they think they are. It's like you've been deceived if you think that you're just a sinner. There's no way that you can achieve heaven because God came and gave himself on the cross so that you can have heaven. You can have him too. And that is the whole part of redemption. But we need to have a good attitude towards our fellow man and understand that they're created in the image of God. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to try that out. And hopefully, I can convey that message to people too somehow. And pray the Lord help me with that one. We all need help, I guess, with that. All right, we'll see you later.